Legend or lie, the antique lighter. Two friends were having lunch together at a fancy hotel when they saw an incredible car pull up next to them. A super well dressed older gentleman got out, and one of the younger men said, "Hey, pal, I like your car." The man looked at him with a straight face and said, "You want it?" The young man who was eating lunch just laughed it off and lit a cigarette with this really old antique lighter. The man with the cool car eyeballed the lighter and said, "Seriously, how bad do you want the car?" The young man smoking the cigarette was baffled. But the old man, he didn't let up. He said, "How much faith do you have in that lighter?" The young man smoking the cigarette proudly proclaimed that the lighter belonged to his grandfather and had been passed down to his father and then to him and had never failed for 3 generations. Not once. The man with the cool car pondered this for a moment and then said, "How much would you bet that you could light that flame 10 times in a row without fail?" "I'd bet my life," the young man exclaimed. "I don't want your life," the old man said. "I just want your pinky finger. I'm in room 217. You light that lighter 10 times in a row, and my car is yours." He put the key card down to his room and left. After much debate, the two friends decided that they were going to go to the room and accept the bet. The young man's friend was really worried and told him not to go, but he didn't listen and he insisted the lighter would not fail him. So they got on the elevator, went to the second floor, and entered room 217, where the man awaited. They were shocked to find a table, a cleaver, and a rope already set up. The well-dressed man smiled widely and welcomed them into the room and insisted that the young man lay his hand flat on the table and he tied it with a rope and held the cleaver over it. He then told him he could begin. The young man lifted the lighter and lit it for the first time, and it went off without a hitch. And he smiled. Did it again. And did it again. 4, 5, 6, 7 times he lit it to the same result. The flame burst to life. But on the 8th attempt, it grinded for a moment and nothing came out. Until at last, the flame burst out. All he had to do was light it 2 more times and the car would be his. He lit it the 9th time, and once again there was a grind and hesitation, but once again the flame burst out of the lighter. All he had to do was light it 1 more time, and that car was going to be his. But just before the young man could attempt to light it one last time, the door to the hotel room burst open and a frantic woman rushed into the room. She was screaming at them to stop it right now. Confused, the young man looked up and said, "Hey, I'm about to win my dream car." But the woman swiped the keys from the table and held them up in her hand, and when she did, the men noticed that she only had 2 fingers remaining, her index finger and her thumb. And she said, "Sorry, boys, but this car already belongs to me."